I am Tamima and welcome to Real Talk, the show where we get real about issues affecting young people. Tonight, we get real on the Instalife. Why is there so much pressure to get likes, followers, and to belong on Instagram? So I have with me an audience full of young people who will be getting candid on this issue. Remember, you can get on that hashtag #RealTalk on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. So right now, welcome to the show, guys. Right, so my first guest tonight is Susan. So Susan is a makeup artist, and she admittedly, that she does feel the pressure about having a good profile on social media, getting the likes. Susan, how are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome to Real Talk.
Thank you so much.
You look gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
You did your own makeup?
Well. Yes, I'm a makeup artist. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, gorgeous. Don't you look gorgeous,
Thank
guys? Okay, and of course we also have Robert Burale, who is a life coach. So he's going to be putting a lot of what we will be discussing tonight into perspective, of course, coming from a place of great wealth of experience, and he's also going to be sharing some of his personal experiences. Okay, so let me start with Susan. Susan, you're a makeup artist. So obviously looks, beauty,
yes,
looking good matters a lot to you. And you're on social media. And I just happened to go on your profile literally before this show, and some very interesting pictures. Tell me about those.
I mean, you know, being a makeup artist, you are looked at as a beauty icon, so you really need to look the part. So, and Instagram is all about looking good, the good life. So, and who wants to post, I mean, the bad life? So, that is why I always feel the need, like, whatever I post, especially if there are pictures to do with my face or how I dress up, like, they always have to look good.
So you can never post a picture of yourself without makeup, without a proper wig on, you know, pengine like on a Sunday umechill, umevaa ile t-shirt ya promotion, tights, hiyo picha hizi fika Instagram.
It can. I do that only on my Insta stories, but I don't do that on the main page.
On the profile? Because
Insta stories normally disappear after 24 hours, but for the page, they're there to stay unless you delete them. So it's such a big deal for me.
So because obviously you've clarified that you care about how you present yourself on social media.
Yeah.
So what sort of attention do you get from these pictures?
Mostly clients, people who like my work.
Right.
For me personally, the people who just see maybe a lipstick shade I did or a particular makeup look that I did. Like right now, I just posted this look on my Insta story and someone just asked me like, which lip color is that? I would like you to do that kind of makeup. So for me, it's more of business-wise.
And from the opposite sex?
Yes, there are so many DMs I get, but you know, like as a lady, I mean, those are things that I'm so used to. So you just ignore. I don't reply.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next guest is Gladys Monica. Gladys is 19 years old, and she has a very interesting perspective on the Instalife. Gladys.
Yes.
What are you studying in school?
I am doing film production, directing option.
So you care about things looking good, not just on the personal, even professionally, eh?
Yes, I do.
And you're training, you have the skills for it.
Yeah.
So tell us about your social media. Are you on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter?
I'm on Insta, Facebook, and then, yeah.
And you're basically on all the platforms. So let's talk about your Instagram profile. How many followers do you have?
750.
And do you wish you had more?
Yeah, everybody does.
Really? Everybody does? Is she right? Everybody wishes they had more?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that? Why do you wish you had more?
It's just cool. Like
It's cool
knowing
to have
people
more.
look up to you, like your posts, yeah, and your pictures too.
So what are you willing to do to get more followers on Instagram?
Basically nothing that will ruin my public appearance, like no nudes, nothing of that sort. I won't be able to, I can't post my relationships on Insta or anywhere, yeah.
At 19, yes, you're currently in a relationship.
True.
Who are you dating?
I am dating a Mr. Someone. I can't
How
say
old
it.
is Mr. Someone?
He's 28.
So how did you and Mr. Someone meet?
Actually, it's via social media, Instagram, yeah.
Oh, you met him via your Instagram?
Yeah.
Look at that. How many girls would date a guy that they met on social media? Show of hands, girls? Okay, how many guys katia chicks on social media? Inoni mkono, msindanganye. Liars. God is seeing you. This Mr. We are calling him Mr.
Mr. Someone.
Are you with him because you love him?
Okay, because I like him and he got the money.
Oh, he got the money. So tell me, when he was, when you guys, how did you guys meet faster? On Instagram, and then what next?
Okay, we met at Instagram. And then he kind of DM'd me to meet in town.
And you went?
Yeah.
By yourself?
No, I had friends who are like acting as the backup security. We talked, and then one step led to the other.
What do you mean you got? I meet people in town. I don't get with them.
Okay, it was like a date at the Chicken Inn, yeah.
And you liked him?
Yeah, he's good to the eyes.
And then you agreed to a second date?
Yeah.
So how long have you and Mr. Someone been together?
6 months.
6 months? And
Yeah.
how is it going?
Cool. It's actually good.
Does your mom know that you're dating?
He doesn't know who the person is, but she knows.
She knows that you're dating?
Yeah.
So if I asked you, why are you with Mr. Someone? Do you see yourself settling down with him, marrying him? You mentioned that you like that he has money.
Yeah.
So is there anything else about him that you like?
Yeah, he's kind.
He's kind?
Yeah. And he spoils me too.
And he spoils you?
Yeah.
So how does he spoil you?
Going out, shopping. Yeah.
Does he send you money?
Yes, he does.
How much on a week, for example?
Okay. It depends with the amount of money you want.
So ideally, how much do you usually want?
Okay. 2,000.
2,000
Yeah.
per week?
Yeah.
And you're happy at least Mr. X supports you. Okay, fair enough. Also, we have Amina on the show tonight. Amina, you are 20 years old and you're pretty popular on Instagram, aren't you, my dear?
Yeah.
How many followers?
Okay, 16.1, I think, currently.
And you're proud of that?
Yeah, I am.
So tell me, how did you gain those followers?
Okay, first of all, I was not a popular person when I was in like high school or primary school, but when I finished high school, I was out. You mean like the whole year I was not going to school or doing something. I hadn't joined anywhere, like any place. So I was kind of active, going for events, going for photo shoots because I love art. So then I just realized that people liked my photos and I became just popular just like that.
So you're Muslim, obviously.
Yeah.
So do you get a lot of flack from your maybe parents, your culture for being very out there on social media?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, we have with us in the audience tonight, we have Amy. Amy, you're 19 years old, right?
True.
So what are you studying in school, my dear?
Broadcast journalism.
All right, okay. So you're saying that at 19, you wouldn't mind having a guy who supports you.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
My parents are not financially upright. Yeah, so I need someone to support me. Yeah.
So who is this someone and how do you want them to support you?
With money, obviously.
Okay, so who is this someone who just comes with money and they want to give their money to you?
Possibly a boyfriend.
How old is this boyfriend?
30.
30. Wow, and you're 19 years old. Okay. So I just want to throw it to Burale because I can see you're shocked right now. So listening to everyone talk, what's running through your mind right now?
Wow. Listening to this very fine lady speak, it just says a lot that we have some semblance of lack of identity because it seems that social media has made us believe that unless you have some things, then you're not complete. Now, of course, she wants like a 30-year-old because he's in employment. But I need you to understand one thing. No one will just give you money as if they're an NGO. They will give you money and you know you will need to give them something in return if you're not already giving them anyway. Now, I want you to realize this. I don't care what he tells you. He may make you feel like the most beautiful woman in East and Central Africa. But believe you me, he has told another 20 the same. Who, of course, he met on social media. Now, when you say he gives you 2,000 a week, that's very little money. He can do that to 7 other women. That's 14,000. That's nothing. Now, with 14,000, When he gives you money, you feel obligated to give him something in return. And it's not an investment, you're giving him your body. I'm just going to tell you as it is. None of you is giving back a toy car. You're giving back your body. Now you got to realize, if he's sleeping with you, the day he gives you 4,000, he'll want to sleep with you without protection. Now he's doing the same with another 7. Now you're 19. By 21, you have signed your death certificate. You understand what I'm saying? And
Gladys, you just heard what Burale had to say. Do you have any response to him?
Most of us young people, we're not looking for a happy ever after. We're looking for stability. And once we've got that, there's nothing else that we need. Once we're stable, we can handle it. We can handle everything.
But to what lengths are you willing to go to get that stability? And what is stability? Is instability the fact that you're in school, mom and dad are paying for school fees, right? Isn't that stability?
Okay, we're not making a 1-year plan, most of us. We're making a lifetime plan.
So do you see yourself spending your lifetime with this Mr. Someone?
Okay, it's too early in the relationship to say that, but maybe.
Is he your first boyfriend?
No.
You've dated other boys?
Yeah.
Anyone your age before?
Yeah.
And would you date someone your age if perhaps you broke up with Mr. Someone?
Actually, I only dated one person who's my age. Mostly they are like 3 years older, 4, yeah.
So you prefer to date older guys?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Okay, they are more mature. Most boys my age act like kids.
They act like kids?
Yeah.
But aren't they acting their age?
No, they're not kids. I'm not a kid. If I can behave the way I'm behaving right now and I'm the same age as they are, no, there's no way we can make a compatible couple.
As a young man who is the same age as Gladys,
Yeah.
and probably representing a lot of the young men we have in this audience,
Yeah.
how does it make you feel to hear her say that she would rather date an older guy because guys her age wanna behave kawa toy?
So okay, actually kuna ile mentality madem mostly wako nayo ati akidate a guy with same age as vile yako ati yuko mature. Aimati cause unaweza date the same guy uko na the same age na akona idea exact. Juu the same guy mwenye unasema ako older, ako mature, si pia anaweza pata dem akona at the same age na yeye na akue immature bado.
Let me get another comment again, just from a young man representing the gentleman in the room.
Hi, Tamima.
Hi.
I am Brian.
Okay, Brian.
And I stand here kwa my boy child wako hapa.
Representing the boy child.
Yes. I stand here as a disappointed boy child. Sababu these two ladies, they are dating manze watu wamewashinda miaka. Hata kama ni lifestyle. So as in for these young men who are here, who are we going to date then? So should we go for these older women? So hiyo ni challenge manze, si poa. Hiyo story jani bamba.
Okay, so I want to throw it back to Burale, and you've heard the comments straight from them. Just put it in perspective, because young girls are feeling like boys their age are too childish, but I like how the boys are actually coming back to them to say that it's fine for now, but that guy that you're dating, he might actually one day, one time leave you, go get a woman his age, and then you'll come back looking for me.
What I will say is, young lady, you're 19. But you made a comment that opened my eyes to something. You said, most of the guys you've dated, only one is your age, mostly 3, 4, 5 years. You are 19. When did you start dating for you to use the word most? At 16. At 16, you should be watching Cartoon Network. Now, this is what I will tell you. Allow me just to tell you some things. I'm not a very young man. I'm not old, but I'm not a very young man. If you met a 28-year-old on Instagram, first and foremost, I have issues with that 28-year-old praying at 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old people. It means his long-term plan is not with you, but his bedtime plan is with you. Now, he gives you 2,000. That tells me low maintenance. Is it worth it giving your body? Because the chances are, and allow me to say it without fear of contradiction, the chances are that you may have already compromised your body. Right? If you have, he has already got what he wanted. All right? And that is why, if you are honest, he will call you when he wants your body. He will not call you to give you his 5-year plan. He will not call you to give you his 10-year plan. He will not call you to tell you he's thinking of doing his PhD. By the way, what will happen, at some point he will leave you for someone his age, and then you will fall back for the men you're saying are too kiddish, and by that time, there'll be a woman who would have seen something in them and have already taken the men.
So
what will happen, and you're very intelligent, you're beautiful, the way you're speaking, you're very sharp.
Yes.
What will happen, these young men you're looking down upon will say you're already used up goods.
Susan.
And then when you say they're kiddish, I want to tell you something. And allow me to say it.
Absolutely.
Allow me to tell you something. Dating many men is not maturity. These young men you're calling immature could be displaying the highest level of maturity by not sleeping around. So, I know you are saying you're mature because you're dating older men. That doesn't make you mature. In fact, maturity is not about age. Ask that man what's his long-term, mid-term plan. These young men you're seeing here may have a 10-year plan.
Okay, so I want to bring Susan back into the conversation because Susan, you've shared that you have experience. You've lived life. You've been in a situation where you've had a sponsor before.
No.
Never been in a situation with a sponsor before. Have you dated older men?
Yes, but like 5-year difference.
5-year
That's the
difference.
oldest. 5,
So
6.
what would you say to her as a young woman?
Go out with just your friends within your age group. With time, as you age, you will get to that point where you want that mature type of guy. But at your age, I mean, a guy that age will like just take advantage because, like he said, I mean, 2000 is way, like very easy for him to maintain. So he can even maintain 10 women or even 15. So that's why they take he's taking maybe probably advantage because you're younger, so it's very cheap for him to maintain. It's not too much work.
Amina, you were disagreeing with some of the things that are being said here.
So I was saying, she was saying that some guys her age are kind of kiddish. I like to agree with that. Right now, current situation, you find that boys her age, they actually love drugs. For example, like right now, I'm 21 years old. So when I'm about to date a guy who's 21, my age, you'll find out that maybe he doesn't want to settle. He wants to be a playboy. What should I do?
So are you dating currently?
No, I'm not dating.
So if you got into a relationship, you'd be looking for someone you can settle with. And when you say settle, you're saying marriage.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted, 21.
Yeah.
And have you dated previously?
Yeah, I've dated.
Have you dated anyone older than you?
I've dated someone who was older than me.
How old? How much older?
2 years maybe.
2 years, okay.
Yeah.
So still within the age group. Lillian, what are your thoughts on these conversations?
First of all, I'd like to say what Gladys is saying. It's about building the brand on social media. If I want to build this brand, I want to network with other people. Maybe they might be my age, but not my age. And in support of what she's saying, yes, I have this guy who is older than me. I want everything I want, but maybe I'm not into him. I don't want a long-term thing with him.
So you're using him?
I know what I want in life.
You're using him?
Yes, probably. I might say I'm using him.
What are you using him for?
Money.
Money, and then what do you buy with that money?
Everything I need.
What is everything you need?
I need to get my hair done, my nails done. I need...
Not even school fees, not a car, not a house? Just
if my parents are paying my school fees, why
okay,
should
so if your parents are paying your school fees, why do you need this guy to pay for hair and nails?
Of course, there are times you can't tell your parents, I need to get a new hairstyle like every week. And I'm also saying it's about building the brand. In school, I want to look good and I want to have a new hairstyle every day. So why don't I get the sponsor who will sponsor my hairstyles, my nails, my clothes, everything I want.
Who agrees with her? Girls in the room? Who agrees with her? Please pass the mic to her. Let's get open, guys. Let's talk about this. You agree with her?
Yes, I'm Sally.
Hi, Sally.
I'm supporting Lillian on what she said about the sponsors. Just because, okay, everything nowadays is all about the fame. Looking good, you have to look nice. And sometimes some of us come from backgrounds where you can't always ask your parents, you want a new hairstyle. And let's say you've come from Ushago, you've come to the city, things are different around. So you have to look good, you have to go with the trends. That means wearing nice clothes. Yeah, that kind of.
Sally, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
Would you want to be in a relationship with an older guy?
Older guy, yes.
With money?
Okay, it's not like a necessity, but yes.
Okay. So I just want to throw it back to Robert again, because I like that. To me, from where I'm sitting, I could tell that you imparted a lot of wisdom, but it's interesting that they're able to challenge it and try to justify why they need to look good, they need to keep up. Like they said, they're living in a world where you have to wear nice clothes, you always have to slay. Senor?
Wow, okay. You want fame. The day you get there, I want to tell you this for free. The day you get there, you'll want to run away from it. My sister, you've said it's okay. No, let me deal with her first. You said you have a long-term plan. So maybe you want to build a mansion after having 20 other men. Now, what is the point of having a long-term plan while putting your health at risk that you may not be alive long enough to actualize your long-term plan? Right? She was very open and says point blank that you are using them. Now, I'm going to ask you a question to illuminate your mind to something. Would you today go to Koinange Street and sell your body? But do you realize that's what you're doing in an educated manner? So now, you said you will use them so you have a good hairstyle, you have good clothes. The ladies in Koinange Street use those men for money for the same thing. So it is the same business, different geographical areas. Now, what I want to encourage you is, if you know who you are on the inside, clothes don't make you.
Absolutely.
Identity is an inside job. You understand? You should have such confidence within yourself that if they give you a bad t-shirt, because it's on you, it automatically looks good.
And I think even on that, just to add on to what you're saying, because I kind of feel like, and let me talk to the girls in the room, and I like what Sally had to say, where you were saying there is pressure to keep up on social media. I'm sure you follow all your favorite female personalities, you're always seeing them with makeup, with hair. Can I tell you guys something? If you find me out there on a normal day, I don't have this much makeup on. Yeah, because the reality of it is, what people are posting on social media, that's the best 10% of their lives. You're all telling me you're in school, whereby I'm worried because you should be more focused on your schoolwork than the extracurricular activities. Because, sweetheart, these things, trust me, when you're in your house at the end of the day, nobody walks around with this much makeup. Who do you look up to on social media?
I look up to very many people, but in particular, I'd say Nancy Mwai.
Why is that?
Her social life, like, I really like everything about her. Yeah.
But you realize that her social life is her work.
Yeah.
She gets paid to do that.
Exactly.
She gets paid to wear those clothes, wear those wigs, have that makeup on, go to those locations, and you realize that that is her social life. Is that her real life?
No.
So why do you feel the pressure to keep up at this young age when really even yourself you're admitting it's not realistic? Is someone paying you?
No, someone is not paying me to.
Someone is paying for you, that's the difference.
Someone is paying me.
Yeah.
Is paying for me to look that way. Why don't I create that brand that I want to create?
But what do you give up for someone to pay for you? That is what we are asking you. Do you recognize what you have to give up for someone to pay for you?
Yes, I do recognize, but currently I don't see any problem in that.
Robert?
You don't see any problem with giving up your body? As long as you get some money?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you follow someone, Nancy Mwai?
Nancy Mwai.
And she said clearly she's paid to do that, what you're following.
Yeah.
So you want to create a real life scenario for yourself based on someone else not so real life scenario. Now, if you're willing to sleep around, it means you have no value. Because as a lady, you must understand you are a diamond that somebody must dig deep to get to you. You understand what I'm saying? You're 19. You're 19.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something about men. The moment he sleeps with you, he's done with you. He moves on, right? Now, until he sleeps with you, he'll give you all the money you want. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Now, if you get 10,000 from him, your lifestyle is maybe worth 100,000 a month because you say you want a hairstyle every week. You understand? It means then you'll have to move to another man who has to give you money before he gets you to bed, right? And then once he's done with you, you move to another man. Now, I want you to think about this. After sleeping around with 10 men, and then you look at yourself in the mirror, you, yourself, and yourself. How do you feel about yourself? Filthy. Now, social media life. For example, if I ask you what kind of car do you think I drive? Or would you perceive I drive?
Range.
A Range Rover,
Yeah.
okay.
I can't afford a Range. I can't afford a Range. I don't even drive a Mercedes. I drive a Toyota. Very happy. Now you, because you perceive me to be like that, you'll want to be with so many men so that you keep up with my life, which is fake. I'm just a Luya man from Busia.
Okay, guys. So, on that note, we'll be right back after this break. Still more to come here on Real Talk. Welcome back to Real Talk with me, Tamima, and oh my, isn't the conversation getting hot in here? We have an audience full of young people, so we are just trying to find out from them, why is there so much pressure to have the Instalife? They've been called the microwave generation. They want things quick without working for it. We've gotten some comments from some of them, experiences from some of them, but we are not here to judge, we're here to teach. So again, I'm going to open it up to my audience just to get their perspective as today's youth in Kenya. Let's start from, my dear, you had a question behind there?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stacy. My question goes to Robert. He actually said that it's not maturity to date many men. Is it maturity to date many ladies? And why should you castigate the girl child on having sponsors, yet very many men out here are Ben-10s?
The fact that I said that it's not maturity to date many men is because I was reacting to a lady. Now, if a gentleman told me they have many women, I would say the same thing. It's a value thing. The more people you're sleeping around with, the less value you have. And by the way, 19-year-old, close your legs. Your value goes up. So, don't be made by money. Money reveals you. So it means if money reveals you, it means you are made by something else other than money, which is what values do you have? You understand? If I met you in secret and I say, jump into my car, and if it's a Range Rover, will you say no? Or will you say yes because you've seen leather seats, DVD, and you've seen a lot of money in the dashboard? Let me tell you something, and hear me good young people. As long as he's sleeping with you, he's sleeping with 20 others. So don't get annoyed when you find SMSs. By the way, you should never get annoyed because you may have been number 16.
I like that she asked, why are we just castigating the girl child? And you rightly said that, yes, even men, it's not right to date many women. So what's been your experience on that? What have you lived through that if there's a young man watching, they can say, you know what, Robert, because you went through it, I don't have to walk down that path.
When I was studying in the UK, not Kisumu, United Kingdom, I had very many women. But I realized the more women I had, the filthier and the emptier I became. You understand what I'm saying? And the one thing that we had that you don't have, in your day and age, diseases are there like water. You do not have the privilege of sleeping around with more than 2 people. And by the way, you should not even be sleeping with one person until you get married. Now, I slept around. It didn't make me any better. In fact, during those times, my life was a mess.
Absolutely.
Now that I am not, and by the way, it's not that I'm not sleeping around because I don't have offers. I got news for you. I have offers like malaria tablets 3 times a day. But my values will not allow me, because by the way, every time you sleep with somebody, you release some negative things. You understand? When you sleep with a man, you take all the negative he carries. By the way, you take very bad spirits. That's why all of a sudden some of you love drinking tea. Look at the Luya man you slept with. You become like that person.
Okay. Oh, so, is he talking to somebody in the audience,
Yeah.
young men? Yes. Yeah. Is he talking to you?
Yeah.
So, I want to ask a question to this audience. Who here has, in the last 1 year, gotten themselves tested for HIV? And confidently knows their status? Yes. Who here, anytime they are sexually active, uses protection?
Wow. Wow.
Okay, again, who here, anytime they are sexually active, uses protection? Who here, anytime they are sexually active, do not use protection? The point we're trying to make to you, like Robert said, we are living in an age of disease. I think if you've been following the news and current affairs, you're seeing that right now, experts are worried about this generation simply because HIV is something they thought they had kicked to the curb, but guess what? AIDS is real and AIDS is back. And why is AIDS back? Simply because young girls, young men are sleeping with people they have no business, in fact, even having conversations with, yeah? And again, a key reason why we are up here, we are older than you, we've seen life, so maybe some more than others, but even for me, if I'm talking to a young girl here, I would want you to know that hard work pays. I'm fortunate enough in that I believe I've done things right. I have worked hard. It's taken me a long time, but believe me, it is worth it. Even with the little I have, it is mine. Are you understanding? So that I feel so sad if I'm part of the pressure, you know, because I look a certain type of way. The pressure to look like me is what is making you do certain things. I would want you to tell you as my small sister, it's not worth it. This is just for the show. This is my job. My real life is very different. So, and I believe I represent a lot of the people that you look up to as icons. People who are either musicians, actresses, TV hosts. If they're watching this show, a part of them is crashing because they are thinking, my job, what I do is making a girl somewhere think it's okay to sleep with a man for shoes. Anita, you have a very interesting perspective because you're different. Maybe let's hear from Anita.
Thank you very much, Tamima, for having me in this show. First of all, and Burale said this, there's nothing like a free lunch. The other thing I'd like to say is that everything takes hard work. It's an accumulation of little efforts that culminates to who she is. You've seen me try to host a show like her, but I can't because I don't have I've not been doing that. Appreciate with the little that you have, and also be patient. And another thing that I would like to respond to is that my sister at the back, Emmy, talked about the parents lacking money in the university. And I feel you because I have been there. I just finished my campus. But one thing I'd like to say is that in campus, there's a lot of ways that you can raise money to cater for yourself. Even if you don't have lunch, if you went and talked to the cafeteria people and volunteered, yeah, tell them what, you know what, I'm going to do the dishes, but I want meals for today. Being humble and getting content with what you have is really what sustains you. Just one thing at a time. So nothing is instant, guys. Takes work, takes time.
Yes, at the back, please.
She's only 19. You are doing 30 to 28-year-old men. You know, most of the men up your age, they are close to married. So the only thing you're doing is ruining people's marriage. You know, that's the first thing. Then, you know, if you're telling me I'm immature, I'm young, You know, the first thing I look at you, I say, you know, you have to be with me. I be successful, I be ambitious. Someone worth your age, because you look like someone like Michelle Obama. You know, she gave everything to be with Obama they started way back. And then she became one of the most powerful women on the earth. You see? So you have to look at yourself, look at your worth before you do something. You know, you have to believe in me kwanza bana, someone your age. Then we can go places with you.
Okay. So we also have with us Patricia, who is a counselor at Tabasamu Tena. So Patricia, you've been in the audience this entire time, listening to the young women pouring their hearts out, and we respect where they're coming from. We may not agree with it, but that's their point of view. So as a counselor, because they've had it from a man's point of view, they've had it from me as well. So as a counselor, what do you think that perhaps, if I asked for instance, my dear, are your parents still married?
Yes, they are.
They're still together?
Yeah.
And how would you describe your parents' relationship?
They're happy.
They're happy?
Yeah.
How do you think your mother will feel when she hears your point of view on every discussion we've had today?
Okay, I don't know how, okay, she will be disappointed, but
that's how you feel?
Exactly, that's how I feel.
Okay.
I'll only say two things. There's a time and a season for everything. A time is coming when you will need the hair, not want, need. You see, like I needed to make my hair because I was coming here to work. So right now you don't need the hair. You need to study, to be able to provide for yourself when the need will be there to make your hair. And last but not least, sweetheart, I speak this from a big sister point of view. Everything that is making you disrespect yourself, devalue yourself, put yourself at risk because you could die like the chick who died recently, everything is in the process of decay. What was trending yesterday will not trend tomorrow. The phone that was a hit yesterday will not be a hit tomorrow. So what are you willing to do to get these things that tomorrow will be valueless? It is not worth it.
And then we also have Abel. Abel, you are, again, a mature person within this audience today. So as a man who is over 30 years old, 31. Yeah. When you see your friends, and I'm sure they're a couple, you've come across them, they mingle with the 19, 20, 21-year-olds. What are their intentions? Maybe if they had it from somebody who's at that age group, they would believe us.
Allow me to be quite broad with the answer. First of all is, I've heard this saying before. They say age is not a guarantee of experience/maturity, neither is youth a guarantee of innovation. We are in an information age and we cannot fight it. We have all these social media platforms coming up, and I'm brother to twin. My sisters are twins. I'm also afraid and scared of what I'll have to tell them about social media. I've seen what it has done to my friends, and I wouldn't want it to happen to my sister. So I'm quite protective. My age is 31. Statistics show a man who's at the age of 30 or 31, he's really looking for himself. So whatever I'm going to be doing with any woman at this age, it's very risky. People want to get married at this time. I want to settle. I'm looking for my master's papers, a PhD program, my first kid. So you can imagine if I have to spend extra on the other person. This is being realistic. Of course, we need to check our sources of information, and then we make our decisions, very well-informed decisions. At this age and time, at 19, I wonder what you'll be doing with a 42-year-old. Will you be doing 42-year-old things? Just asking. So think about it.
Okay. So, Amina, you had something to say?
Okay. Hi, guys. Once more. Okay, I was saying this. There was someone who said over here, as in, you have to look nice depending on the sponsors who gain fame on Instagram or any other social media platform. But I beg to differ with that. In order to become popular, unaweza bebana na mabeshte wako wawili watatu. Maybe there's this one who owns a camera and he loves photography. Awapige tu picha, then nice photos, decent ones. They speak about something, your caption tells something on Instagram. You become famous through that because someone sees your decency. Someone loves your pictures. Someone loves art. It doesn't depend on the sponsors that inikwe na nywele smart and stuff. People actually take Instagram nowadays, like an heinous act, whereby when I go over there, I have to be let me use the word this, a bad person, yeah? Portraying this act. No, just be decent. People will love you for who you are. Be yourself when you post your things. When I was saying that, maybe when you date your age mate, you find out that maybe hajamature the way you want. At times unavumilia, you are there for him and her maybe, but unapata bado aja gear up. He still wants to play outside. That's why unaona, you just try someone who's a bit older, maybe 2 years. Kama pia you work, just wait for the God's timing. That's what I'm saying. Ama niaje my ladies. Yeah.
Okay, let me talk to Amy. Are you still looking for a sponsor? No, be honest. It's a question to you. Mungu ndo anajua.
Maybe pia ina depend na mentality yangu. For instance, let's say like mom alipata ball akiwa mdogo, seme na mwenye alipata ball na yeye, seme kulikuwa na difference ya like 2 years, akakataa saa like mwenye alimpea ball akakataa. So like mi nimeishi na hiyo mentality ya ati huyo mtu mdogo yani as in like huyo mtu mwenye ameniacha na hiyo miaka kiasi anaona ni kama hana potential ya kulea huyo mtoto ama hadi kuni maintain. So miacha niendea mtu mkubwa.
So you're looking at your mom's experience and that's why you want someone older.
Yeah.
Patricia, I want you to talk to her because she's saying because of what she saw her mom going through as a single mother, she believes that young men are going to escape responsibility. So I'll ask you to just say something to her and Robert as well.
You don't make the same mistakes that your mother made. Your mother got a child outside wedlock. She was sleeping with men when she was not supposed to sleep with them. So you should learn from that, keep yourself and just make a solid decision. My mother messed, I will not. She suffered, I will not go through the same suffering. So I will keep myself until I am married. And men are men, whether young or old. Even old men refuse their responsibilities. And even young men refuse their responsibilities.
Let's hear from a man. Let's hear from Burale here.
If you're not going to take your responsibility, then you're not man enough to unzip your trouser. So that kind of responsibility requires a lot of maturity, you understand, and decency, and high levels of integrity. And as you're told, lady, let me just say something to you. You don't have to make the same mistakes your parents made. You understand what I'm saying?
Amy, are you listening?
So don't, in fact, I'm sorry, sometimes we use that as an excuse. So don't use it as an excuse because it will mess you up and your mom will cry when life has become very difficult for you. You understand what I'm saying? And then there is a lady who said, and they're saying something, fame. What do you want fame for? Everybody says you want followers, you want to create a brand. If I ask you, what is a brand? You're all looking for fame so that you do what? And let me tell you something. 98% of the so-called celebrities you see on social media are broke.
It's a struggle.
The ladies you see posting photos in business class. How comes they never post the photos of the man? He's 90 and he's about to die. Then you want to be like that. Let me tell you, if you see me eating in a kibanda tomorrow, don't call me humble. It's because I couldn't afford maybe the 5-star hotel. So stop getting twisted. And this thing you're saying, fame, it is the reason you're compromising because you're chasing the wind. Be significant, fame will come.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But when I say be significant, what is your purpose for living? Not to show off your weave.
Yeah.
You understand? People tell me I love dressing, but that's not my purpose.
I think what you're also trying to tell him is that fame is not a destination, it's a byproduct of something.
Fame is a poisoned chalice. There are more disadvantages than advantages. First and foremost, they will lie on you, lie about you, they will gossip you, they will plan your downfall.
Privacy.
When I say they're your closest friends. You lose your privacy. If I cough badly, those funny groups which some of you are in will start gossiping me. If my sock here was torn, it will be news. If yours is torn, you are just a Kenyan who is going about life. So when you're famous, you are not allowed some things. So let me tell you before you are desperate for fame, 90% of the famous people are trying to run away from the fame.
Absolutely.
Take it from me.
Yeah.
We act strong sometimes, but we break down in private. Let nobody lie to you that we enjoy the free tickets. Let me tell you, with every free tickets, every one function you went for free, there are 6 days of pain and sorrow. You don't know who to trust. Now, be significant. Once you get to your place of significance, which is in your area of purpose, which is the reason you were born, then you will become famous the right way. Followers. Followers on Instagram. I have, I think, 100 and something thousand followers.
Absolutely.
90% are not followers. They are enemies pretending to be followers, waiting for my downfall.
I mean, look at what happened to Kobe.
Yes.
Can you just talk about what happened
And
to
I'm
Kobe,
sure
guys?
Kobe, some of her closest friends, opened fake accounts to abuse her. I was abused by somebody, and we investigated, and it took us to one IP address, meaning one person opened 21 accounts to abuse me. When we found out who it was somebody I was meeting not less than twice a week, having tea and lunch with that person. So don't get it twisted. I want you young people, stop looking for fame, stop looking for money. When you look for money, there are crazy men out there who are willing to sleep with you for 2,000 shillings. Young men, there are older women out there willing to give you money to sleep with them. And this young man sleeping with these older women, when their husband finds out, they will not call you for a meeting. You will be killed.
Okay. So, very, very candid discussion here tonight on Real Talk. Remember, this is a conversation that we cannot exhaust. So you can get on that hashtag, #RealTalk. Let us know what your views and comments are. And before we wind up, let me just talk to Gladys. Gladys, have we spoken to you today?
I want my kids, when they start going to school, to go to school like Banda, not to public schools, but private. I want to make sure, I know I will have kids.
What did you tell us you're studying?
Film directing.
Film directing. So what are you doing as a film director, Gladys, to ensure that your film work gets your kids to go to Banda school?
Trust me, my personal life doesn't have anything to deal with my school life. Yeah, I know how to put a balance between them.
I don't know who told you that when you go to those schools, you'll be successful. Now, some of the most craziest people went to the most expensive schools and are doing nothing but taking drugs. Now, let me tell you the school I went to. My primary school was called Musa Gitao in Thogoto. My high school is called Bungoma High School. Did you hear what I say? Now, it's not about the school you go to per se. It's about your willingness to learn. Now, somebody from a school in Busia or in Dederu can employ somebody who was in the most expensive school. I don't want to mention them. So don't get it twisted and think that the more expensive the school is, the better the chances you have in life. So I just want to rearrange your thought process. Trust me, I have counseled young men, or parents have come crying to me, and their kids are in those expensive schools where they have breakfast, bacon, sausage, and Weetabix. And let me tell you, some of the most astute citizens we have in this country are from what we call the less flamboyant schools. So don't think that anybody who is in a less flamboyant school has no chance in life. And by the way, even wanting your kids to go to those schools, it is fine. I don't think an investment of 2,000 a week from a man will help you get your kids to those schools.
Whoa, well, on that note, guys, I think, thank you so much, Robert, for coming on the show today. I hope to have you again on another episode, because I love that you guys have learned something from him, right? We are keeping it real here as always. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join the conversation on the hashtag #RealTalk. That's it from me, Tamima, tonight. Thank you so much. Until next time, this has been Real Talk.